everyone, welcome back to Niche Interests. Well, our guest is niche while I'm interesting. Speaking about, just gonna hop straight into it. You already know who me and Lillian are, hopefully, if you watched the last episode.
Hello.
Yeah, that's Lillian. This is me. I'm Iju.
I'd hope.
Forced, by the way. Anyways, let's introduce, the guest. One of my longest lasting friends and someone who is incredibly interested in our topic today. So, who are you? Who are you, guest? Who are you? Tell us about yourself.
I am Cass. I am absolutely whoa. Cut that.
Okay.
I am absolutely platformless outside of TikTok and Tumblr, in which I am both bonsai blasters. You would not know me from anything. I am just a big fan of Deltarune,
Yeah.
which is our topic today, so I wanted to hop on.
Yeah, our topic today is, it's Deltarune and Undertale, but mostly Deltarune.
Yeah.
Okay, so, I guess we can we can explain at the beginning, we can just explain, the thoughts that we have about, Toby Fox games, because I want to talk about it a little, about how much this guy has kind of changed, the internet, probably for the most negative way possible, but...
The most negative way.
I'm
Have
joking.
you seen
Really?
Undertale fandom in the early release?
I mean, that's a fair argument, but I think people would have done it anyway. Homestuck is infinitely worse.
Oh, no, I agree.
Italia, Voltron, it's kind of just the
I know
nature
that last one. I don't know the one that you
queer
said
people
before.
on the internet.
Oh, yeah, no, which honestly, Toby Fox is, it's a lot of queer people. But I guess, we can talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah, we'll save that for...
Yeah, for later on, obviously. So I guess we could just jump right into some ideas and stuff.
Yeah, so do we want to start with a little, summary, get into Deltarune, or...
Oh, yeah, we probably should do that. Well, actually,
Okay.
I quickly want to hear what Lillian thinks Deltarune is. Because Lillian has not experienced it as much as we have.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've only watched up to chapter 2, and that was the Jacksepticeye playthrough.
Peek.
I love...
And that
Yeah.
was years ago.
Okay, Lillian.
It was middle school. That was 5
Was
years
it?
ago.
Alright.
Did chapter
think
2
so.
come out 5 years ago?
Give us
Let me
the
look that
Cole's notes, what is Deltarune?
Yeah.
Fill in the gaps.
Okay, so basically, Chris,
Mhm.
our main guy, our
Good
main
start.
guy, basically, bro gets possessed like a loser because of, W.D. Gaster, the
Mhm.
man who speaks in hands. And then Chris, brings his school bully, Susie, who is a starving dinosaur thing. After they get chosen to do a school project together, they get dragged into the closet, and they fall into an alternate universe known as Deltarune.
Uh-huh.
That yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's not known as Deltarune, but it's known as I forgot.
Mhm.
Alright,
So-
would you like to tap one of us in?
No, I've got this.
Okay, I'll let you finish.
But there they meet the shadowy prince, who's been alone for 25 decades.
Okay. Yeah.
I also forgot his name. But basically he's a tiny goat person who's also a prince. And together, the three of them, as per the prophecy, they go around closing these dark fountains that a random ass guy named the Roaring Knight. What a loser names himself the Roaring Knight. The only thing roaring at night is gonna be your mom. But the Roaring Knight, he's been opening these fountains, and they spew out darkness everywhere, and it's threatening to spread into the real world. Crazy. So they have to close these, and then one was in the closet, and the other one was in the library computer room.
Mm-hmm.
So they all go on this wild adventure, and collect potassium together.
Yeah.
And there's multiple routes you can take, and there's multiple secret bosses, but that doesn't matter because your choices don't matter.
Whoa.
Because, as it turns out, whenever Chris rips his heart out, no, not his, their heart out. Whenever Chris rips their heart out at the end of every day, they go and open a fountain, and the cycle starts again.
So you say Quiz is the night?
No.
Is that what that was?
Loud incorrect buzzer.
Okay.
That's not true. No.
Okay.
So that's a pretty good jumping off point for the first few chapters.
Yeah, wait, okay. I'm so confused on, like... So you know up to chapter 2, and honestly, you were pretty accurate roughly, except, like, there were obviously some things that you missed. Also, the Dark Prince is named Rousey, or Rousey.
Yeah, I forgot his name.
Bo's literally a main character. You should have known his name.
To be fair, it's been 5 years.
Okay, so, but after that, you know, after that is chapter 3.
3. Do you want to do chapter 3? And
I love...
I really want to do 5. So
okay.
Just work it out so that I can do 5.
Okay. So, after Quist Deltarune, not the Roaring Knight, makes a fountain at nighttime after chapter 2, Susie comes over, by the way, at the end of chapter 2, which is the the purple dinosaur thingy that Lillian talked about. And basically, Quist opens a fountain, and they wake up inside of that fountain, which is based around the house that they live in, that Quist lives in. And very early on in that chapter, we meet the best character ever made, objectively. And my favorite character of all time when it comes to this series, Tenna Deltarune.
Mr. Antenna.
Mr. Antenna, yeah. So then he forces the group to play games, and some of those games include like actual video games, like RPG style games, which you can explore later on if you do the secret route of that chapter. Some of them are cooking shows, some of them are Western shows. Basically, this chapter is really fun, and it's just playing a lot of games. And also, Tenna is depressed.
No.
Like, seriously depressed. Because he watched Toriel and Asgard be divorced, and everyone stopped watching the TV. By the way, Tenna is a TV, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Crazy. In this chapter, there's some of the cool characters as well. Like, there's a moon and a sun who like each other.
Do you know Deltarune?
I do, yes.
Tell me their names.
El Nino and La Nina. I don't know how to say it correctly.
It's El Nina and La Nino. Or La Nino.
Yeah. I just don't know how to pronounce them.
You mixed up the prefixes.
Oh, my bad.
You said El Nino.
My bad.
He kills you. You're weird. You're not normal.
I'm weird.
Bro disrespected Deltarune and Spanish fandoms at the same time.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Chapter 3 was really innovative because it had a bunch of different
and then,
kind of games.
but at the end, but at the end of chapter 3.
The Roaring Knight.
Tina traps Toil, and we have to get her back. But then the Roaring Knight appears and slashes Tina, and he fucking dies. Oh no, he
Just sweepstakes bet when I say Tenna gets axed.
Exactly. I'll play that clip. No, I won't.
No, you won't.
No, I won't. So basically, the Roaring Knight appears, Tina dies, and then you fight the Roaring Knight, and he's basically impossible to beat, but you can beat him, and that's how you get a Shadow Crystal, which is how you, from every secret boss, you get a Shadow Crystal, but that's a whole thing. Chapter 4.
I'm gonna go. Chapter 4.
Chapter 4. Gosh, what happened in Chapter 4?
Chapter 4 starts in the light world.
Yes, it does.
You go to Noelle's house, and there's some cool soul stealthy bits. You're trying to find the shelter code, and so is Susie, while Chris tries to get you, trademark. And then you go to the church dark world, and you'll take it from there, because I want to do chapter 5.
Yeah, no, so in the church dark world, you go to the first church dark world, because there's 3 this chapter. And very early on, you get to meet an old guy. Well, actually, no. At the beginning, the Roaring Knight destroys the stairs, and you can't reach the Roaring Knight, so you have to go a different route, and that's how you get to meet Gorson, aka the old guy, aka a turtle.
Yeah.
And through that, you have to go do, like, puzzles in different sections, kind of. Like, you have to keep also finding different piano codes, basically, that you have to play on the piano. It was cool. It was really cool. It was like the piano in Undertale, basically.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Which, eventually, after dealing with a bunch of people, you fall into a dark area. You fall into a dark area, and you meet the second best character ever made, by the way, Jackenstein, who's just a pumpkin, who...
Jackenstein.
Yeah.
It's like Frankenstein, but Jackenstein. Come on, man.
Okay.
Anyway.
He doesn't like the light, and he's quite against Lightner's being there. This chapter's also all about the prophecy. Like, in every single area, there's something new with the prophecy. But anyways, you deal with Jackenstein by not taking too long.
You're taking too long.
And then you... Gosh, what happens next? You go back to Gorson, you play a piano, a giant grand piano, and you try to seal one of the fountains.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you can.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it lets you out, and you either, like, see dark world...
Yes, no, that's... Yes.
Get in. And then, so Susie goes and makes another one to go talk to Mr. Boom.
Well, actually, before that, you close the dark fountain of the first dark world in that, and Susie and Chris notice a dark fountain that's deeper in the church, so they had to go find a key to that door, and that's where they figure out that Gorson's dead.
Yeah.
That Gorson is a pile of ashes with a hammer, and that's why he's allowed to exist in the dark world, but not in the real world, even though Susie very much thinks that he should exist in the real world. Susie thinks Gorson is a Lightner, even though technically he's technically, in this state, he's a Darkner.
Yeah.
But anyways, Susie makes a different fountain, and something that's really interesting, and I like a lot, is that it's a different color scheme, which and we also learn that fountains are based off of memories, so that that implies that maybe this is just how Susie sees the world. Maybe Susie's just colorblind. And I think that's really cool.
My boy G is true.
So true, so
And
true.
then
And then I don't even know. And then you seal. Wait.
they find something that lets them. It's like a key or a code.
Yeah.
So they seal that fountain, and then they go into the.
I'm pretty sure Gorson gives them the code. No, wait.
I kind of think he's dead.
No, okay, in the Susie Dark World, Susie thinks that Gorson is there, but he's really not.
Yeah, he's not. And
It's
then
a
Ralph
statue.
saves us.
And then Wowsay saves us, but then just a random character who's a fire hydrant gives us the code. And then they seal that dark fountain. They then enter the dark fountain in the back area of the church. I guess the main area of the church, actually. And then they go to fight the knight. But the knight creates a dark fountain inside of the dark fountain, and that spawns what is called a titan.
Yes.
And then you fight the titan, and it was a really difficult fight for me, even though it's apparently easy according to my friends.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
But it was difficult for me. Okay.
Okay.
But also, I was like under a lot of stress when I was doing that fight. But anyways, you fight the titan, and then you seal that fountain, and then it's implied that Chris let the Warring Knight hide away, so that
What?
if you go on, once you set the dark fountain in chapter 4, the final one, if you go knock on the closet that's right next to the area, it's implied that the Warring Knight hid inside of the closet, but Chris won't open it.
Oh.
Yes.
That's
Because
a take.
Chris is working for the Warring Knight totally.
Well, yes.
Yeah. And then you go home,
Mm.
and then that's the end. You sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. You go home, you see Sans, and Toyo dancing, and then you go to sleep, but you can't sleep because they're dancing very loudly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
So
chapter 5.
Chapter 5. How I Love You. You wake up, it's the festival day, in case we hadn't mentioned it. Cause
We haven't.
The festival is supposed to be real important. So, you roll out of bed, you go get Susie and Noelle. No. You go to the dark world first, where Susie is already there, and Ralph is helping her get ready for her date. Aww.
It's also implied that Susie lives in Hometown, which is the main dark road through this.
Yeah, I was explaining that subtly.
Oh, okay.
That's what I said. And Susie is already there.
Oh, my bad.
You silly Billy. I was gonna get to it when the chapter explicitly says it. You know.
Oh,
like
that is
people
true.
with
At the very end of the chapter, yeah.
Yeah.
So I just
So
spoiled.
anyway, they get ready for the date that Chris also goes on. So they all go to the festival. Chris, Susie, and Noelle, that is. And then they go all around. And then you're by the lake. Susie and Noelle have a really sweet moment while Chris is sleeping in quotation marks. And then Noelle has to go. So Susie and Chris stop by the flower shop, and Susie coincidentally walks off screen, and Chris goes behind the back and makes a dark world. We see it. And then Susie comes back. They're like, oh my gosh, there's a dark world. And then they both go in.
And then Oh.
And then we meet the goat of all fiction.
Well, actually...
Oh, actually, hang on. Can I caveat something?
Yes.
In Chapter 3, Undyne showed up to the Dark World, and the Knight took her to the shelter. That's important.
Oh, that is important. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mention that.
This Dark Fountain has Asgore in it, who is father of Chris and also big guy from Undertale.
Mm-hmm. The king, yeah.
And then it also has Flowery, who is one of the 7 manifestations of the colored flowers that Asgore keeps in his shop. Now, this entire chapter centers around getting to know these flowers because they are not light nor dark nerve, so they were already alive and they already have thoughts. So it feels a little worse when you have to erase them because they can't come to your dark world either. And it's a cool moral dilemma.
Yeah.
So you get to know them all. And then at the very end of the chapter, you're in the castle, you fight Flowery, and it kind of comes to a draw. And Asgore, who this entire time has been freaking out because he's like, okay, I'm in a dark world, I'm trying to finally solve the mystery of this missing girl from, like, years ago. But then, you kind of almost die, and he's like, well, what the fuck, Flowery, calm down. Sorry, I'll get you demonetized.
I'm not making any money anyways. I'll just bleep it out.
And then... yeah, so he helped you up. Everything is good. You're getting ready to seal the fountain. But then you can't. Because the knight is there, and he starts taking Asgore.
Well, okay. Real quick. You do seal the fountain. But the knight instantly makes one. You successfully seal the main fountain. Yeah.
Yes, you're right. So yeah, there's another one, because the knight is there. And then he takes Asgore, he starts trying to run away, but then Flowery chases after the two of them, and tries to fight the knight, which could have been the greatest moment of all time. But he gets slimed by the Roaring Knight, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And so he just kind of dies on screen. And then you go to seal the fountain for real. Flowery is, like, vaguely okay. Like, the golden flower in the light world is, damaged, but you wrap it up. And then you find a shelter code in the soil because his glass chamber is broken. And you also find golden flower seeds, which people are theorizing might be something later.
Ooh.
So yeah, you fix up Flowery, and then you go to start walking Susie home, and then she kind of leads you to the school, and she says, I think we should include Noelle in this too, because after all, like, this is dangerous. She has connections to the shelter codes, and she's been in a dark world before.
Yeah.
We probably should do that. And then she walks into the school's closet, and she says, thanks for walking me home.
And then that's when it's implied that...
so her home is... yeah.
And then that's the end of the chapter, because Chris walks off screen, and I don't think we even go home.
Yeah, no, that's the end.
Yeah. Real quick. Oh. Also, this is the story of Deltarune is crazy, Lillian, and you definitely should watch stuff about it. It's peak. I do want to say something. The flowers, obviously they're amazing. It's kind of weird that Flowery is important when all the other flowers, I mean, they're important, but Flowery obviously has more.
Yeah, well, because he's the main antagonist, and, like, obviously if you want to make the comparison to Undertale, he's kind of supposed to be the anti-Flowey.
Yeah.
Because, like, all of the other flowers have connections to the souls, so it's a fun little, like, nostalgia bait moment.
Yeah, no, but also, one of the things is that it's really cool is technically the flowers they're not light nose really, but they're not dark nose. They're alive.
Yeah.
You
I
mentioned
did
that.
say that.
Yeah. But, which means they have uncolored sprites. Those sprites are black and white like all light nose are.
Yeah.
But,
The
they're,
ones that have them, which is just blue, I think. And flowery.
when their eyes are open, they're colored. Which means that, like, yeah, they were alive.
Again.
Is it just flowery?
Yeah, and unless Blue's eyes are black.
I mean,
Which
yeah.
could be.
But anyways, when their eyes...
It's a neat little detail.
It is a neat, which implies that, yeah, they were alive, but now they're sentient, and the Dark Road gave them sentience.
Yeah, it's
all-
like hinting that they're a mix between both.
Yeah, it's really cool. And speaking about being a mix between both, there's another flower, but we'll get to that when we talk about secret bosses, I guess.
They're not a flower.
Well, okay, sorry, but like,
Yeah, you should be. This is niche interest. You have to be locked in.
this is my show. You don't have to be here. We can go find another guest.
You're doing it wrong. Okay, do we want to do, like, favorite and least favorite characters since we kind of touched on that?
Yes. See, Lillian, I think I know her favorite character, but I kind of am curious on what her least favorite character is. I don't know who your favorite character is because it seems to change every chapter.
I do kind of like to fluctuate, yeah. Who wants to go first?
I think Lillian should tell us who she hates.
Yeah, let's all do haters and then we'll try to do all favorites.
Yeah.
Okay, the thing is, I don't actually know. I don't actually know who my least favorite is. I know the king annoyed me in chapter 1. I don't know anything from chapter 3 to 5.
That's
So,
reasonable. Well, do it within your chapter knowledge.
okay, so I absolutely loved Queen. Queen
Yeah.
is one of my favorite villains in any video game ever. But because she's so fun and she doesn't even know that she's doing something bad. But
That doesn't sound like your least favorite, Lillian. You're banned.
Hey, it's okay. We can talk about our interests. If Lillian wants to talk about how she likes Queen.
Likes quotation marks.
Okay, anyways, Lillian, go on.
okay, you
Yes.
hate me and you want me dead.
No.
But anyways, I think I'll have to say King. Yeah, the King.
Yeah, that's extremely fair. Okay.
Everybody else was just so charming. It's even Birdley somehow.
Yeah, Toby Fox has a really neat way of writing characters that makes them kind of endlessly cute.
Yeah.
I really don't like the King either, honestly. He's kind of a pain in the butt. Another one, I don't think Spamton deserves nearly the amount of love that he gets.
Okay.
That was like my first thought, but I know that makes people mad, so I was scared I was gonna be shot.
That's my Deltarune hot take, I guess, is like, I don't really care about Spamtenna either as a ship.
I don't
I like
either.
Tenna a lot,
I don't
but-
either.
Yeah,
I haven't even met Tenna.
Tenna's pretty neat.
So I
Cut. Mike,
so
don't let that out.
automatically I don't care for the ship.
I almost called you Spore.
Oh, Lillian doesn't even know who Spore is.
Host's least favorite character, go.
Anyway, me?
Yes.
Oh, you said, I guess, yeah, I am the host. That is true. Okay, so, I'll be so honest, White.
Yeah.
I kinda, ooh,
I look at you.
Rudy is such a nothing character.
Oh, okay. That's, like, you could name any of the hometowners, and I'd be like, yeah, meh. But like, I don't really.
Rudy, no, but like obviously Rudy's very important to the story, but like, at least it's like obviously because he's the Long Night, totally. But he's very important to the story, but like I have sort of no feelings towards him.
Is he more of a plot device?
I guess, yeah. He's not much of a. He's definitely only there for people to feel sad about Noel, in my eyes.
Yeah.
I feel like out of all of the Lightners, at least, he's my least favorite. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
I guess we're going to favorite characters now.
Yeah, talk about Queen. Start us off.
Lillian.
Oh.
Lillian.
Well, if it weren't so late at night, I would definitely do the laugh that I've chosen to do for Queen when the singular time I was allowed to voice act for her. But I can do a really good laugh, but it's too late at night. Maybe I'll do it in the morning and tell Presto to just edit it in.
Okay.
Okay, hold a moment of silence for the laugh.
Wow, what an amazing laugh!
Wow.
Dude,
Okay.
I'm building it up and it's just gonna be terrible. I haven't done it in months. But
Okay.
but yeah, Queenie is the best. Queen is the best. Well not the best. Still does not compare to my boy. But she's a great antagonist.
Well, who's your boy?
Birdly.
Birdly, baby. Crowd pleaser.
I love Birdly. Like, I'd hate him in real life, but I love Birdly.
Yeah. Alright, may I?
Yes, go on. What's your current favorite character?
Ooh. My current favorite is probably Flowery, but I'll do my little spiel. So, for Deltarune, I've kind of switched favorites every chapter because while I am affectionate for the Tumblr sexy men, I also I do think a lot of them end up being interesting. Like, Toby Fox is a good writer, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, Flowery is neat because obviously he's like stereotypical evil anime boy twink, but he's also just really perceptive. Like, it's not hinted. He knows who made the fountain, and he's trying to get Ralsei to, like, express that and kind of get mad at Chris. Like, he's doing some weird instigating business that's neat to me, and I wish we got to see more of him do stuff that wasn't just haha Jerona, as much as I do find him really fucking funny. And then back in chapter 4, I wouldn't say that I really had a favorite from chapter 4, but chapter 3, I adored Tenna. He's funny. Yeah, Presto covered it. He's sad. He's neat. I also really like Birdly. Honestly, all of the antags except Queen, not except Queen, I like Queen, not except King are pretty cool. And I like Chris, Susie, and Noelle. Ralsei is mid. That took forever. Sorry.
Yeah, you know what? Hey, this is a podcast. You're allowed to talk. Anyways, so,
Fine.
hi guys. So my favorite character is Mr. Antenna. He's so cool. If I had to pick a second favorite, well, I already said my second favorite as well. But if I had to pick a third favorite, I honestly think the Warring Knight is peak. I think it's a good villain, and I love that it just all forms.
I like the knight, but I think that's kind of a cop-out answer because we know nothing about that.
Well, but like I really like his design or their design.
What if the knight is Rudy and then your least favorite and your favorite are the same?
That would be really funny. I hope that happens. Okay. That's the main reason I want. be Woody now.
Wow. So, to lower all of our lists, who is our favorite fun gang member? So, Chris, Susie, or Rousey, because that will help shorten my list a lot.
I am a.
You can include Noelle too if you want.
I think Quiz is such a good character. I love Quiz a lot. It's literally my profile picture, which you guys can't see, but like the viewers can't see. You guys can obviously see it.
Yeah. My profile picture is Beth Truth Scrapper. That's me plugging Truth Scrapper.
Don't know what that is.
Anyways.
What about you, Lillian? Who's your favorite member of the main trio, or Noelle?
3-on-3 plus Noelle.
Okay, so I think it's Chris.
Yeah.
Hear me out. Oh, I thought it would get flamed. Anyways,
They just said also Chris.
my bad. I was only halfway listening. I was doing something.
Wow.
Wow. I think I'm the new co-host, guys.
Yeah, I'm firing Lillian now.
No. But anyways, yeah, I think it's Chris, just based on the 2 chapters that I've seen.
Thick?
Because I don't know a lot about, like, mostly because I don't know a lot about Suzanne Rousey, and I don't trust Rousey as far as I can throw him. But Susie's cool. She's, like, very close number 2. But yeah. Chris is the one that we play as, and I feel bad for them.
Yeah, this is fair. I like Chris a lot. They're neat. I really agree with the Rousey sentiment. Like, even after those who have played chapter 4, you'll know he kind of gets like some explanation of why he's being secretive, which is just that like the prophecy is
sad.
Stucky.
Yeah, Susie dies.
But let's save that theory for later. That's a surprise clue that'll help us later. But I love Susie. Chapter 5 kind of did her dirty. But
well, yeah.
Not even in the, like, she stopped Chris from getting played scene. I don't care about that. That's stupid, guys.
That was so funny.
My explanation is just that I am glad she's getting together with Noelle. Like, it's been set up for a long time, and I'm very happy about it, but a lot of her lines this chapter just ended up being like, wow, Noelle. Even in the Dark World, I was like, yeah, we know. And, like, it just kind of felt like they were like, smoothing out her edges, and I was like, why are you doing this? Like, she's nicer now, sure, but you don't have to get rid of everything.
I
don't know. That's a personal gripe.
No,
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I agree, mostly. But also, I think... No, go on, sorry. You're not done. My bad.
So yeah, as of chapter 5, it's probably Chris.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think us all having the same answer. Anyways, quickly, I want to talk about Susie, because I see what you mean.
Want to talk about the prophecy?
Well, I do want to talk about the prophecy, but in a moment, right? I see what you mean, and I fully agree. This chapter was, like, kind of nothing for Susie. Well, it wasn't nothing, but, like...
It didn't do her anything.
It didn't really do her much except for getting her and Noelle being a canon ship. But, I think that's fine, mostly. Especially because the last 2 chapters, Chapter 3 and Chapter 4, were, like, mostly focused on Susie. So I'm okay with her taking a little bit of a backseat. I still want her to be relevant, which this chapter really kind of didn't do, in my opinion. But, like, I don't know, it wasn't... I think it's okay that she's a little bit of a nothing character right now, but also I want her to continue to be something so that she's an interesting character who had her development and is currently having it more. Because it kind of... Because her, like, main story about, like, wanting to become a good guy, wanting to become the healer of the group, kind of ended with the Gorson fight. And
I reject that a little bit, but yeah. I wouldn't mind if she had just like a smaller role, which they kind of also did this chapter, but I just wish more of her lines were interesting.
Yeah,
they weren't.
she didn't really say much. Well, she didn't really say much of interest this chapter.
But you know what? In exchange for that, I thought Ralsei was a lot better this chapter.
Yeah.
I thought he did a lot more. I thought he was more in focus because for once the antagonist wasn't high-fiving Susie 20 times. It was them poking at Ralsei 20 times.
Yeah. So anyways...
And, it gave him some back and forth. It made him, like, finally be a little mean. It was cool.
Yeah.
Except when he's mean to Orange. He can die for that.
Orange is the best character in the world. I've said that like 3 times about different characters.
Yeah, you have.
I like Orange a lot, but strictly because when I did a playthrough with my friends, like I have an IRL group of friends that I play with, that I play Deltarune with, and we do voices. I played Orange, and it was really funny because I did not give her, I gave her the most rough and masculine sounding voice I could make. I didn't know it was a small mouse. I didn't know it was
small mouse
a girl. Yeah, exactly.
Like, hello.
But that's why it was really funny when I did learn that, and I had a lot of fun playing her. And then also her being in a part of the pink fight, or at least the beginning of it, and like the scenes before or whatever, was fun.
Yeah.
It was cool. Orange is cool. But anyways, I want to talk about Susie. Like, seriously.
Susie. Smiles.
So in chapter 4, right? In chapter 4. Ralsei...
Oh, I know what you were gonna say. Okay.
Ralsei is talking about the prophecy. He admits that he lied to us, by the way. Ralsei admits that he lied. Which is kind of mean that Ralsei did that. Yeah, Ralsei's a little bit evil.
Well, don't say that to somebody without context, because they'll think you're telling the truth.
No, actually, Ralsei's the main villain of chapter 4. That's a joke.
Oh.
That's a joke. No, but Ralsei admits that he's been lying, but because the prophecy ends really tragically. But we don't get to see what the prophecy ending is. But we know that Ralsei really, really does not want Susie to see it specifically.
Yeah, so specifically,
He's racist.
The prophecy towards the end, it keeps saying the girl, which is what Susie's technical prophecy title is. We think.
Susie assumes that she's the girl, yes. I don't know if she is, but Susie definitely assumes that she's the girl.
Yeah. So, but then it says, blah, 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 the girl. And then there's the one that Ralsei breaks. And there's like...
No, Susie breaks.
A little scene where Susie does see it, and she's like, do you think we're gonna let that happen? No. And then finally, when we walk by, the final panel says, only then can the world be saved. So we assume it's something dire, right? It's something...
We're assuming Susie dies. I'm assuming Susie dies. I'm assuming we have to kill Susie, and I think that's okay. I
really don't think it's that.
Look.
I really strongly don't think it's that.
Look. Tony Fox has a photogenic memory of a dream that he had 15 plus years ago. And I assume in that dream, he saw Susie dying.
You're crazy. Do you know?
I don't know what you're talking about.
No. I got the leak for the new chapter. I know what happens.
What is it?
Susie dies.
No. It's not that. Susie has to make a kids show and rename herself Barney. And then she has to save the... then she has to... she has to unite all of these kids with the power of friendship to save the world.
Okay, but no. Okay, no. But in all seriousness, I think something really, really bad is going to happen to Susie.
don't. Well, my thing is,
Barney.
like, yes, it mentions her, but I'm not sure that it is going to be happening to Susie. It could be something that she has to do.
Maybe
Like,
Susie kills Chris. Crazy, I know.
hang on. Because this is a theory that I saw circling, actually, and it's not mine, but I'm gonna take credit for it.
Okay.
So, you know the end of chapter 5, when Chris picks up the seed from flowery soil?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what kind of flower Flowery is. Do you remember? Do you know?
He's a buttercup. He's like, that's what...
He's
Isn't he?
He's a buttercup.
Yeah, and,
Like,
and in Undertale, you know...
In Undertale, Kara gets sick because they drink... Or they, like, eat a bunch of fucking buttercups and poison themselves.
Yeah.
So that they can die and try to cross the barrier. So in Chris taking those, there's some theories floating around that either, yeah, they're probably gonna try to do something like that with them. And tying that back to the prophecy, I don't really know how you would. But it could be like, maybe both her and Chris have to die. That's kind of obscene though. Yeah, womp womp, I agree. Womp womp me all you like. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that part of the prophecy. I'm kind of hitting X to ignore. I have to go to the bathroom, so you guys should talk about like chapter 1 and 2 for like 5 minutes. How does that sound?
Oh, okay.
Okay, presto, carry the conversation.
So, while Cass is gone, which means they can't talk about any... okay. While Cass is gone, which means they can't talk about anything. That means I can talk about everything that Cass wants to talk about. And they can't stop me. Okay, no, that's not true. So, real quick. I want to talk about chapter 1 and 2, because you got it correct mostly. Chapter 1 and 2 are kind of like... They're definitely just building up the story still. They're not really massive in retrospect, except chapter 2 when it comes down to the world route, where you manipulate Noelle into going insane and freezing everyone, including her best friend Birdley. And then you end that chapter with, in my opinion, a very difficult fight, but I've been able to beat it a lot, with the Stamped in Neo fight, because famously, Neo is famous for its high defense. Which also brings me into, quickly, I want to talk about, because you don't know any of the secret bosses from chapter 3, 4, or 5, do you?
No. I
Okay.
had no idea what chapter 4 was about, honestly, until today.
Chapter 4 is about a church, by the way. Well, the prophecy, but that takes place in the church. So, chapter 1, the secret boss is Jevil. You know that, I assume.
Yeah.
Well, basically,
I
you
can't
know...
do anything.
Actually, I quickly want to talk about this real quick, okay? I saw a theory about the freedom motif, because that's amazing, always. Do you know what the freedom motif is? I'm curious.
Is it the da 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 da?
No.
Like when the light is running off? Oh.
No, that's Don't Forget. The freedom motif is a part of... Yeah. It's a part of all of the secret bosses' fights. It's part of Pink's. Why? I haven't listened to Pink's much.
I honestly don't think I hear it in Pink's, but I kind of think Toby was trying to throw us off, because it's also in, like, Airwaves and some stupid crap.
And then it's also in the boss fight with the 3 trash gang.
Yeah.
Which was really funny to learn about. But anyways, the freedom motif, it's a part of every single secret boss. And every single secret boss, I saw this theory about how every single secret boss represents something about freedom. Like how Jevil thinks that he's the only one who has freedom in chapter 1. How Spamton, all he wants is freedom. The Warring Knight. I don't remember what the idea for the Warring Knight was.
Like something when the roaring, no one will be free.
Yeah, I guess. And then Gorson, who's the secret boss of chapter 4, he's trying to tell us how to be free. And then, obviously, Pink is trying to become free from herself. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. I'm sure it makes... It was explained a lot better in the video I watched, but that was like the basic rundown of it. And I think that makes sense, because all of them are... they all have shadow crystals, obviously.
Yeah. Favorite secret boss, go.
Oh, favorite secret boss? Eram.
Eram?
That's not it. I actually like Eram a lot.
And welcome to Niche Interest, where our host is Niche.
Guys, I know Lily has no idea who the hell Eram is. You know who Eram is.
I really know.
No, but Cass does. Cass, you know who Eram is. Okay. Here, let me post a picture of Eram at the group chat real quick. I haven't. Just on standby, I think.
Like Eram, I think that fight was annoying.
It was definitely very skill-based, and I liked that. I liked that it was skill-based.
That's not what I said. I said it was annoying. That's Eram.
That is Eram. The photo I just sent is Eram.
Yeah, I like... honestly, I like Jevil a lot. I do really like Spamton Neo as a fight. I don't like Spamton as a dude. Yeah. I like the Knight if you count him.
He's kind of... But he's not really a secret boss.
No.
Beating him is the secret, I guess.
Yeah.
But...
Well, like, Shadow Crystal boss doesn't equal a secret boss.
Yeah.
I guess, that's fair.
That's why I would consider Eram as the secret boss of chapter 3. Instead of the Warring Knight.
Real neat. I like the Gerson fight a lot.
I like the song in the Hammer of Justice. I like that. Yeah. It's one of my favorite songs in all of Deltarune.
Really?
Yeah. Oh. I like it a lot.
I like it. I don't think it is that good, but...
Okay, fair enough.
That's a little mean, but like... I don't know.
No, I understand that other people can have their own opinions. Even if they're incorrect. Lillian, out of the 2 secret bosses you know about, who's your favorite?
Queenie. Oh wait, no.
No.
Sorry, my bad.
Wrong again.
Jevil.
Yeah.
I remember when I first started watching Deltarune, I literally started just mostly because of Jevil. I wanted to know who he was. And so I watched a lot of, like, no talking, beating Jevil, no hit, stuff like that. I don't know why.
Jevil's a peak character. I think Jevil was the perfect introduction to secret bosses.
Yeah.
Because he's definitely... He's like... Well, he's not easy to find, but he's pretty easy to find. Like, once you know what to do...
I like when secret bosses used to not be, oh, you, like, interact with this character a bunch. Like, I think... I like that Gerson and Eram are fights, but... Like... I don't want my secret boss to be the guy that I've been chatting with the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, I want to get something mysterious and cool.
Also, which
Nothing burger cake, but whatever.
no, I kind of agree. When going into chapter 4, I went into it blind while playing with my friends. But I knew Ghost and how to fight. I didn't know it was the secret. I thought that was the main fight.
Fair.
But then I was told it was the secret fight, and then the Titan came up, and I had to fight the Titan. Because my friends didn't want to fight it, but they wanted me to fight it. But anyways, I think Gosen's a really cool character. But I think Jevil is a perfect secret boss.
Yeah.
And also the implications of Jevil, that's really cool.
Jesus. Sorry.
And also I like how I kind of miss the difference between sparing and killing the secret boss meaning something.
Yeah.
Because originally, if you killed Spamton or Jevil, you could get a different item than if you spared them.
Yes.
Which
But the thing is, like Gerson doesn't. You don't really fight or spare him. I think same with Pink, and you can only kill Eram, right?
Yeah, you can only kill Eram. You can't spare him.
Like, I like that they're kind of like melding the routes. Like, it's not as hardcore as pacifist or genocide because ultimately, if you're trying to sell your choices don't matter, it should be less of a deal. Obviously, Weird Route doesn't really follow those rules, but you know.
Well, I have opinions of Roadwell, which we can talk about very soon, but I want to quickly mention something about the secret bosses one more time.
Okay.
I hated finding Ewam. I love Ewam, but the fact that you had to get S-Rank on everything was
That's
painful. True. I think Ewam is probably the most difficult boss to find. Because you have to S-Rank everything. I don't think he's super difficult to fight, but I think he's definitely he's definitely annoying to get to because you have to S-Rank everything, and I like that because obviously I want it to be difficult, but also I want it to be able to be done by people.
Yeah, like if I had to rank them by difficulty to find, it's definitely like Gerson and Jevil were really easy. But Gerson I did on my first main playthrough like by accident, and then I guess Spamton you, even though like he's kind of troublesome, just with some of the hacker stuff, but it was okay. And then yeah, Pink is kind of annoying just because I hate getting coins. And then Eram for sure.
Yeah. I think. Okay. Anyways, I want to talk about. Gosh, what did I push aside real quick so I can talk about Eram? I don't even remember.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
Weird Route?
Oh, the Weird Route, yes. So, Lillian, I know you don't know what happens, but I kind of want to explain it to you real quick, without any context. So Weird Route, obviously, Snowgrave in Chapter 2.
Yeah, that's the majority of it. The rest is kind of just like little sprinkles.
Yeah. Chapter 3 has basically nothing except for the Dark Mantle minigame, which isn't required, but that's how you fight Ewam, but that's a whole different thing. Yeah. It's basically just telling the Weird Route, but again. Yeah. And then, Chapter 4, you force Noelle to will the Thorn Wing that you get from Spamton.
Yeah.
And I don't remember if there's anything else after that in Chapter 4. Is there? Weird Route wise?
Are you joking?
Maybe.
Okay. So chapter 5, right?
Not chapter 5. Not chapter 5. I meant chapter 4. I know what happens in chapter 5.
Oh,
I meant chapter 4. My bad.
that's why I was like, are you kidding? You silly Billy.
No, okay. It's mostly just putting on the thorn wing on Noelle, isn't it?
If you're trying to abort the Snowgrave route, I don't know if it's in 3 or 4, I assume it's 4. You can go to the hospital and see Birdley and, like, change out his water heater or something. Change out his water bottle on his head to make him warmer. And supposedly that helps. And then you could also tell her it's like a joke, and then she calms down.
Yeah.
That's the 4th Snowgrave.
And then chapter 5.
So chapter 5, right?
Chapter 5, Lillian. I told you this earlier. But
If you're in Weird Route, Chris sleeps in all day. So they wake up at like it's evening by then.
yeah, it's like 6, 7 a.m. p.m.
Susie's waiting
No.
outside. She's like, what the hell happened, man? Even Toriel's like, are you gonna eat something? Chris is like, no. Like, they're not doing too great. They're having a bad time.
Yeah, they're very depressed.
So yeah, you can still do a lot of the festival stuff, but with just Susie. And then Susie's like, yeah, Noelle says she wants to talk to you alone by the lake. So you go see Noelle. You say, hey, what's up, hello. She has, like, kind of an emotional breakdown, in a way, like manic episode style. And she's like, Chris, you've changed, because obviously the soul has been possessing them.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, you're interesting now. Let's do something crazy. She's like, she has a more eloquent way of wording it, but she's like, let's try to get to the opposite side of the lake.
Not by
So
swimming.
You take each other's hands, and you start walking. And then you hit proceed and proceed and proceed, and you progressively walk further and further into the lake until both of their heads are submerged.
But also, Noelle
Oh.
wants you to... Noelle is begging you to say proceed to this.
Yeah.
And then it cuts off and says that it continues in chapter 7. So that implies that there's no Weird Route in chapter 6.
Yeah. Honestly, that interests me a lot because, like, what the hell is gonna happen in chapter 6 that there's no Weird Route? Which leads me to believe that in chapter 7, we're obviously not gonna be playing as Chris, is my thought.
I have a couple ideas for what could happen.
Or in chapter 6, we won't be playing as Chris or something, I don't know.
I have a couple ideas because chapter 6 is so Noelle focused, assumingly, because it's also likely going to be in the holiday house, is the fountain. Which I've seen people theorize about, and I think that's probably correct.
Neat.
Obviously there's no proof, but there's also, like, things in the files where it has, all of Castletown being frozen over, which is really interesting looking for chapter 6.
What?
Yeah.
Was there a leak?
No, it was just in the files of chapter 5.
What?
Yeah.
What?
It just shows
Okay.
the different houses of the different buildings of Castletown being frozen over.
Okay, you learn something new every day, gamers.
Yeah. It's really cool. Which also that implies that it would be more Noelle focused, obviously, because Noelle is coming along with us officially this next chapter.
The Ice Prancer.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that chapter 6, no Weird Route, obviously. Chapter 7 could be two completely different games, basically.
Yeah.
I feel like Chapter 7 could be two completely different stories, depending on Weird Route and not Weird Route. Also, Lillian, Chapter 5, you don't enter the Dark Fountain in the Weird Route. I just want you to know that.
Yeah.
It's not even made.
Like, you drown and it ends.
Yeah. Which is traumatizing.
Yeah.
It was crazy seeing that for the first time when I had like 0 sleep and I was like 15 hours deep into Deltarune.
Yeah.
Of non-stop playing Deltarune.
That's a thing.
I just don't know how Chapter 7 could be the same story as Chapter 5 if it's not like the Weird Route. I don't know how they would connect that throughout.
Well, I think you make a good point, and I honestly think that they could, because if there's no Chapter 6 for the Weird Route, Chapter 6 could be, here's a goose chase that leads to that, you know? Like, I don't know how to make my point, but like we could have a dark world that's in the lake, I guess.
But also, I'm assuming that the final Dark World has to be the bunker.
Yeah, but is the final Dark World in Chapter 6? Is that what we're going with? That's not.
I think the final Dark World is in Chapter 7. And that,
Right.
but
So
I
then-
just don't know how.
Well, then that doesn't matter to what I'm saying then.
I guess, okay, never mind. Go on. My bad.
So like, yeah, a lot of stuff could happen that way. Yeah, namely, I think that Chapter 7 we probably don't play as Chris. At least at the beginning, and that's why it says, like, insert Chapter 7 this, because I bet you they'll still be in the lake, and then somebody has to go get them, whether the soul takes Susie, which I don't think it can, or whether we finally get our vessel, which would be neat. You know. I agree with Final Fountain Bunker, but I also think it's possible that we could get no fountain just in Bunker. Even though that might be crazy, but
We know there's a fountain in the bunker.
Do we though?
In Chapter 3, at the end of Chapter 3, we go down to the bunker and we see the fountain smoke from when we chase the Roaring Knight.
I thought that was just night bubbles.
I swear it's the fountain smoke. Oh my gosh, am I going insane? It might be bubbles. That's upsetting. But I swear that we see the fountain smoke in the fountain, not in the thingy. Here, let me look this up.
No, you're most likely right, actually. But like the night does go in. I thought you were just gonna say, oh, like it's pitch black, and it was gonna be like, yeah, they're not gonna show us the inside of the bunker.
No, but like we can see the smoke exiting the bunker. That like how we can see it in Chapter 3 and well, not Chapter 3, and like Chapter 2 and Chapter 4 where we see a fountain. Like,
yeah, I think that's fair. I think you're probably right then.
I'm looking this up. Okay, I'm correct. Trust. I just found a video of the Chapter 3 ending.
Okay.
And yes, it's very obviously fountain smoke. It's not. But anyways,
Okay. I just said you're right like 20 times.
No, I know. I just wanted to make sure that I was correct.
Okay. Anyway, yeah. So, updated hypothetical theory. Wouldn't it be neat if we have one fountain code, one bunker code, I mean. We hypothetically need 3. We could have 2 by Chapter 6, or maybe even 3, depending on what happens.
Don't we have another one? Maybe we don't. Maybe we only have one. I swear we have another one.
We have the flowery one, and then we started reading one in Noelle's house, but then we didn't get all of it.
Okay, yeah, so we know where 2 are.
Yeah.
Assuming there was a 3rd one, yeah.
There should be 3 because there's 3 symbols on the door.
That is true.
Anyways,
My bad.
what would be neat, in my mind, is if we get into the bunker and have Bunker Dark World Chapter 6. We like do whatever bunker shenanigans. Maybe we fight the knight. Like it's a very climactic chapter, but then we get our vessel and the roaring happens or something of the sort. So then chapter 7 we go in, we have our vessel in normal route and in weird route. And then bada bing bada boom. We try to either fix that or it's just like an epilogue. You know.
I guess that could make sense.
Kind of out there, but like I don't know. I'm grasping at straws here to
Chapter 6 Bunker. I think that's a bit of a wild pool, but I
agree.
But also, okay, assumingly Asriel is coming home next chapter. Which one?
Is that true?
Asriel said, okay, well, Torio said that Asriel is coming back next week in chapter 1. Chapter 5.
Will be Monday.
Yes, yeah. Chapter 5 was Sunday. That will be a Monday. So he could be. I do see that he could be back in chapter 7, but I don't know. He definitely appears in the game, though. I think Asriel has to appear in the game. He's been built up. Same with Sans.
Speaking of that, how do you feel about Knights is an amalgamate of Asriel and Death Theory?
No.
No.
I'm so sorry, but like that would imply time travel. That would imply so many other things that like have not been established.
Time travel.
Well, no, the theory for Questel Knight is that
I said Death and Asriel.
Oh, Asriel. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about. I guess that would be kind of why but Asriel is not dead.
Well, they keep saying he's in college, and they keep building it up that way, but we really don't know what he's up to, technically.
Okay, so I thought you, for some reason, I thought you were talking about the theory of Chris and Noelle becoming the knight.
No, I think that's silly. I kind of think both are silly, but, like, you know.
I think, realistically, that's his knight. I just think that is the only way currently. Obviously there's jokes about like, hey, Rudy's the knight, but like I think
honestly I don't think Rudy being the knight is that crazy. I don't
it
makes an equal amount of sense as Death does. Even Carol Knight I'm pretty okay with.
It just has to be a Holiday member, like a member of the Holiday family.
Yep. When do we get Noelle Knight?
It definitely exists already.
My favorite joke Knight is definitely Rules Card because like they haven't been in the same time.
Rules Card like barely appeared in chapter 5, and I hate that so much.
He wasn't there, man.
Yeah, he wasn't there at all.
He was in Castletown.
And neither in chat. Yeah, no, it sucked.
It wasn't in chapter 4 either.
Yeah, chapter 3 had a very important role though.
Yeah, he can't hang out with the knight. It's against his code.
Yeah. Well, but also we don't see him in the knight in the same place. So yeah.
Well, that's kind of all you need for a knight theory, right? Like, it's lazy enough.
No, okay. Anyways, I want to talk about something, and this is something that Lillian can talk about as well, because this also involves Undertale.
Listening.
I'm 100% sure Sans is going to be in the Dog Fountain.
I disagree.
Oh my God.
And also, I don't think we'll see Papyrus.
I agree with that.
I don't think
I
we'll see
disagree.
Papyrus.
You know what I think? I think we're gonna see Papyrus in the end credits of Chapter 7.
That would be really funny.
Well,
It's
okay.
just like, hey, here's your favorite guy. I saved him.
Theoretically, Papyrus is really young still, because Papyrus is Sansa's younger brother, and even
Yeah,
in
but I mean,
and even in Deltarune, it's implied that he's younger.
yeah, but like this
But-
isn't
But
back
think
in
about
time.
No, I know
Yeah,
that. I know that.
If
Like, they're
Gerson's old
both-
enough to
they're probably
die
the same
in
age.
Deltarune, like if Gerson's old enough to die in Deltarune but not Undertale, I think they should be on the same time track.
No, I'm not saying that Deltarune is Undertale. I'm not saying that. No,
Yeah, no.
Get you.
I think. Well, we actually never get to see Papyrus. Like, he's not even named. Papyrus is not even named in Deltarune.
Yeah.
Which also means I think we don't see him in the game.
Yeah.
Because also, he doesn't have the confidence he did in Undertale, because Flowey gave him that confidence in Undertale. And Flowey doesn't exist.
Kind of true, actually.
Because Sans in Undertale tells us about how a flower was talking to Papyrus constantly, giving him confidence. So, but Flowey doesn't exist in Deltarune. Flowey does, but Flowey doesn't. So it's possible that Papyrus just is kind of he's probably a character. I'm not saying he doesn't exist. I've heard some theories where people just say Papyrus doesn't exist, and I think that's crazy. He's probably in Deltarune. I just don't think we'll see him because he's not important.
Yeah.
Or he's the knight.
True.
Papyrus Knight is the only correct answer.
Interesting.
Okay.
I was gonna make a point, but I just looked it up and it's heavily contradicting me.
What is it?
So, you know how, there's like 3 shelter codes and then there's 3 symbols on the door, right?
Yeah.
A cop badge, a pine tree, and then a church symbol, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was gonna say, oh, well, each one everybody that gets taken is gonna be tied to one of the symbols, right?
Yeah.
But Undyne and Asgore seem to represent the same one.
Yeah, they both seem to represent the badge.
I was gonna say, well, like, I know one is, like, you could say Undyne badge and then maybe Asgore church if you wanted to be weird. And I was gonna say, what if in Noelle being more involved in Chapter 6, she gets taken for the pine tree, which is the holidays?
And I think Carol could be the... Well, Carol has a badge code. Not a badge code, a bunker code. So she could definitely be the pine tree. I think Asgore getting taken is the... I think Asgore and Undyne can be the police badge. Because they both have the code. They're both the chief of the police Asgore has it when he was the chief of police and still has it, and Undyne has it because she's currently the chief of police.
Yes.
And then
Asgore's
Carol...
in the flower shop, you know? Like,
Well, but it's implied that he got it while he was the chief of police. Or at least that's what I think. Like, I think that's... I remember
it's, like, not implied, but that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it definitely makes sense. And also, we know Undyne has one. Well, we don't know, technically, but also I'm assuming that because Undyne is currently the chief of police, she would also get one. It's probably the same. It would probably be the same code or whatever, but still. I don't know if that would work, though. But, anyways.
Well,
and then...
Because, like...
Go on.
Oh, you know what? Maybe my thing still works because the going theory about chapter 3 was that the knight was going to take Toriel, who would have made sense for the church symbol.
That is
But
true.
then flashed the tyrant so that Undyne would come, and then the knight took Undyne.
But why would Toyo have a code?
Well, we don't know that she does, but they might be needed. Like, I thought the symbols would have had to do with the code. But it could just be that something they're needed for something.
Well,
Which then would further tie into Pine Tree person.
Being Kel. I'm assuming it's Kel.
I think it's Noelle.
Ooh.
That's what I was saying with Noelle being more involved in potentially coming to the Chapter 6 Dark World.
I guess,
She
yeah.
could get joined.
For some reason, I looked it up real quick. I for some reason thought Kel had pine trees for antlers, but no, she just has regular antlers.
Oh.
My bad. I thought that for some reason.
Why would you think that? She's a deer, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yes.
But, like, it's a character trait. I thought someone had pine trees for antlers.
No.
Maybe I'm crazy. But that's why I would assume that it was Carol, because obviously the pine trees. But...
Yeah. What else?
Carol also would definitely have a code, because she's the mayor.
Yeah.
And Carol was also spending her time in the bunker spending her time around the bunker this chapter.
Remind me why you think that?
Because we're told by Rudy that, in the normal route at least, I don't know if it's the road route, that Carol is down, in the bottom of town working on something. And she's not in the church, and that's the deepest part of town that we can go without it being the bunker.
I guess it's fair.
So I'm assuming she was at the bunker this chapter.
Yeah. I like Carol Knight, but I also think...
I'm not saying Kill is the knight. I don't think Kill is the knight.
No, I'm just segueing.
No, I get that.
Yeah, but I like Carol Knight. I also... Carol's got something going on. She's odd.
She seems to know about Dark Worlds. Or at least she knows about something happening.
Yeah, she knows something.
It's just, I don't know what.
Like most people do.
No, but, like, she knows specifically something about what, like, the Dark Worlds or something like that. I don't remember where I got the knowledge, but I know that it's knowledge. It's bar knowledge, trust.
Yeah.
No, but, because also Asgard knew about the Dark Worlds before he went into the fountain of Chapter 5.
Yes, but also everybody thought he was crazy.
Yeah. Which is crazy, I think, because I don't know. Why would he know about the Dark Fountains unless he helped, or like he was there when it was made, I guess.
Well,
I don't know. Maybe he was driving in his car right after a bail.
Wow.
And maybe the bump was shaped like a deer.
I think the argument was like, I'm paraphrasing from Chapter 5 and I might mess things up. But what he says is something like, there was like a weird dark fountain and then Death, like, walked in it, got taken into it, something of the sort, and then either he tried to go get people or something of the sort, and he came back and it was gone, and she was gone.
Yeah.
And then people were like, well, what the fuck, man? What the heck, dude?
Which, oh gosh, okay. I see a couple areas of where Des could have wandered off to. She's either drowned in the lake, she's in the bunker, or she's in the forest. Or
Well,
she's dead.
I'm inclined to think the lake, actually, or the bunker I like. But because of that Toby website thing that he posted that's like, I don't remember what the question was, somebody help me. You could put in answers, and if you put it would say...
It was an ARG thing, I just don't remember the name of the ARG. But I know what you're talking about.
So there were a bunch of answers you could put, and then if you put in... Cut that out.
No, I'm not cutting.
Yawn.
I'm not cutting that out, actually.
Yeah, and then if you put in the lake, it would say, like, ding, ding, ding. You just need to see her one more time, and then you can move on or something. Which leads me to believe... Yes.
Yeah. Is it possible that there's a dog fountain in the lake? Just always active?
That's what I was saying earlier, and I think it's a neat theory, actually.
Like, is it... Like, it... I think that's definitely a possibility, actually. Thinking about it?
Because... Yeah, if Susie and Chris are walking in there... Noelle and Chris, sorry. If they're walking in there and they live, it's probably gonna be that. There's also, like, Onion Sand says something about singing at the bottom of the lake.
Well, then Onion Sand gets died.
Yeah, because he knew too much.
Oh yeah, because of the parrot of Gaster's ship. Yeah. Normal
NPC, you mean?
Yeah, sorry, normal NPC. He kills Onion Sand.
Okay.
Which the fact that was implied is crazy. Like that normal NPC actually is important.
I like that people are gonna watch this and say, "Gosh, who the hell is this cast girl? She knows nothing. What are these theories? She needs to die."
You know what? I hope someone comments that exactly word for word.
Like verbatim.
Yeah.
What if I do it? What if I say that, despite being the one least knowledgeable about everything that we're talking about?
I'd laugh out loud.
It would be quite humorous. The thought of that is kind of... No, but okay, I feel like we could... And also that would make sense for the vessel to be in a dog fountain in the ocean. Not the ocean, the lake. Because...
The vessel's probably in the bunker, but
that's fair. Well, the vessel...
You're not funny.
Okay.
If I got the joke you were trying to make,
I wasn't making a joke.
Okay, don't be mean to me.
You're the one who said I was not funny.
I thought you were saying haha vessel like a ship.
No, that's not what I was saying.
That's why I said you're not funny.
I wish I was saying that because that was funny. Okay, anyways.
No, it's not.
No, okay, so, but in the background of the vessel creation process is water, and that's the same with all the fountains. So I don't know. It could be. I don't know. I'm not. It's confusing. Also, theoretically, there's nothing stopping the bunker to be connected to the lake. There's nothing stopping that. Like the bunker is.
That would be weird, I think.
No, I agree, but there's nothing stopping that. Technically.
Mallory is gonna be in the last chapter, and technically...
Okay, you know what? If there's the warring, which I assume might happen. I'm assuming the warring is gonna happen. Because that's been built up.
I mean, like, I hope it doesn't for peace and joy, but... Yeah.
Game-wise, it's happening, I'm assuming. Like, story-wise, it's happening. And that could also mean that the flowers can come back, theoretically, because if it causes the whole world to go into the dark world, then the flowers can exist again. It's technically a possibility, and I think that'd be cool because I like the flowers.
I really like the flowers. They're very neat.
They're some of my favorite characters in this game. They're definitely my favorite group of characters. In Deltarune.
I think just like theme-wise, this chapter was really cool. Oh, you know what? We didn't like. We've kind of hinted to each of our answers, I think, but like favorite, least favorite chapter. Got one?
Oh yeah. My favorite chapter. Actually, I'm gonna start with my least favorite chapter because this is controversial. Maybe it's controversial. I don't like chapter 2. It's my least favorite. Well, I don't like it. I'm not saying that. I like it. But compared to all the other chapters, it's my least favorite.
Yeah, I will. Here's my thing. I was also gonna say, like, I don't really have that same fondness for 2, but I think I get nostalgia baited by chapter 1. Like, it's actually not.
No, chapter 1's pretty boring.
Yeah, and it's just really short.
Yeah.
But like, it's cute. I like early Susie. You know.
Yeah.
Also, heartbreakingly, I love tennis so much, and I do like the mini games, but chapter 3 wasn't that magical for me.
I think chapter 3. It's a good chapter. It's probably my second least favorite.
You know, I don't like the pixel segments, like, at all. I don't think they're
You don't
fun.
like the Zelda, like, inspired areas?
No. Which is heartbreaking because they're so cute. But, like...
That's my favorite part of the chapter.
You know what it was? My first time playing through it, I somehow soft-locked myself, and I had to exit, and I had to redo the entire second one. And I was so angry.
That's crazy. Like, legitimately crazy.
And it was the worst, because they're like... It's like, wow, you take a picture, like, this is not fun.
I think...
I got thoroughly rage baited.
Favorite chapter... Actually,
Favorite chapter?
Lillian, what's your least favorite chapter? You've only seen 2. But...
Okay, so this is a
One or
50-50 shot.
Yeah. What's your favorite and least favorite out of the 2 you've seen?
To me, I think Chapter 2 is more memorable, mostly because of the characters. Like, you know more about the characters, and there's more types of characters. Like, it's not trying to sell you on any of them now, because Chapter 1 has already done that. So, I think I prefer Chapter 2 over Chapter 1, but that's not to say Chapter 1 is bad. It's just, that's the introduction. You're learning everything. You're learning the ropes. You don't know everybody.
Yeah.
And there's not so much introduced yet. So it's just not, like, it's starting you off easy.
I agree. I fully agree, by the way.
Yeah.
I think my favorite chapter... Gosh, I honestly like... It's probably a tie between chapter 4 and 5. And... Because those 2 are the 2 best chapters, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But probably leaning more towards chapter 5, and that might be recency bias.
No. Chapter 5 is really long. I think, there's more character interactions, which is neat. It has a main antagonist. Yeah, like, chapter 4 has does a lot of aura farming, I feel like, and it's definitely a really cool playthrough, but I get so lost in its layout that I just, like, sigh heavily.
No, I agree. I think... Yeah, I think chapter 5 is the better one out of the 2, thinking about it more. Because also I had a lot more fun playing chapter 5. And also I love the flowers.
I love
Lillian, you need to watch Chapter 3, 4, but especially Chapter 5.
5 is so good.
The amount of amazing characters in Chapter 5. It introduced like 7 new guys, and they all feel like they're relevant.
They all have their own personality.
Yeah, they all feel like they are actually put in characters.
It's not El Niño and La Niño who are boring.
Yeah, that's kind of why.
I like them, they're cute, but they're boring.
Yeah, no, but instead it's blue and yellow.
I love blue and yellow, by the way. Can we talk about that?
Yeah.
They're so cute, they make me sick. Toby Fox has a really good affinity for writing romantic relationships in the sense that he doesn't make characters suck and secretly hate each other. Like, he's good at writing happy relationships.
He's good at writing...
People are really scared of.
Yeah, he's good at writing very healthy relationships.
Yeah.
And I think that's amazing.
It's actually really hard to find nowadays.
Yeah.
And also, quickly going to Undertale about Toby Fox writing relationships. I was so surprised when lesbians existed in Undertale.
Yeah, he writes...
That's so real.
I didn't... Because... Like, I just didn't expect a game... Because it came out in, what, 2015?
2012.
No.
Oh, was it not 2012?
2012?
2015.
Why did you think 2012?
Okay, I could have sworn it came out before Five Nights at Freddy's did.
No.
No.
And that's like my frame of reference for everything.
Welcome to Niche Interest with Five Nights at Freddy's.
Guys, we'll make a niche interest on Five Nights at Freddy's eventually. I'll just need to find a guest.
All co-host Lillian can be the guest.
That would be honestly really cool, I think.
Let's do it.
Yeah, switcheroo.
Okay, anyways, but I was surprised that, because it was very difficult to find gay characters.
Yeah.
So I was surprised that lesbians were in Undertale, and Undertale was a massive thing. So I was surprised that actually happened.
Yeah, and I think Undertale actually kind of did some big haha funny joke barrier breaking in that regard. And so does Deltarune, frankly, because people are so scared of gayness.
True.
And he just keeps doing, but the nice thing is he does it naturally. It's not like...
Yeah, he doesn't force the relationship.
Stand up and shout, whoa, but I'm gay. It's just like the girl and the girl like each other, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And I think that even helps homophobic people sometimes, because they'll go, oh, it's like not a crazy thing. It's like the same, right?
You can't be homophobic and like Deltarune.
Yeah.
I mean, you can try. I've seen people try.
You can try, you will fail. Like, the amount of people who call Chris he, him, I'm gonna get all of y'all.
I made a TikTok video about this. About how... Because you don't play as Quiz. You play as their soul.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, I'm afraid I've been infected by those people. Like, I've seen so many people just call it he... Like, call Chris he, him. That it's just, like, ingrained even though I know better. Like, that's not a guy.
Yeah.
Like, he's a little... Yeah, crap, I did it again. They're a little guy, but they're not a guy.
I think... And this might...
It's like, if you've played, or if, like, you've seen it for long enough, you should be able to go, like... they.
Also, the fandom Wikipedia is so funny, because...
It cites all of their...
It cites every single point where Quiz is used they, them. And that's really funny that... I mean, it's kind of sad that needs to happen, but it's funny that it is a part of the fandom wiki.
Yeah, it's funny.
But it's funny that it is a part of the fandom wiki. But it's funny that it is a part of the fandom wiki. But it's funny that it is a part of the fandom wiki. But it's funny that it is a part of the fandom wiki. But it's funny that it is a part of the fandom wiki. But it's funny that it is a part of the fandom wiki. But it's funny that it is a part of the fandom wiki. But it's funny that it is a part of the fandom wiki. But it's funny that it is a part of the fandom wiki. But it's funny that it is a part of the fandom wiki. But it's funny that it is a part of the fandom wiki. But it's funny that it is a part of the fandom wiki. But it's funny that it is a part of the fandom wiki. But it's funny that it is a part of the fandom wiki. But it's funny that it is a part of the fandom wiki. But it's funny that it is a part of the fandom wiki. But it's funny that it is a part of the fandom wiki. But it's funny that it is a part of the fandom wiki. But it's funny that it is a part of the fandom wiki. But it's funny that it is
I actually love that.
Because they, them people exist, guys.
That's
No, they
true.
don't.
We're with one.
Huh. I wonder who you're talking about. Huh.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
Um,
I don't know.
okay.
Your pronouns are he, him. You're weird. You're not normal.
Wild? Wild? Like the Wild Wow? Whoa.
What?
I'm brainwatted. Okay. So, like, I honestly don't want to stop talking, but this is 2 hours. We've done this for 2 hours.
Wow.
Uh,
Closing.
I guess, yeah, we'll have some closing remarks. Lillian, did you learn anything about Deltarune today?
Absolutely not. I think I'm leaving more confused than ever.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's ideal.
I think that was the point, yeah.
Honestly, you know what I think would be really neat is if we circle back to this in like 2 years when Chapter 6 is out and we go, wow, we were so wrong.
Let's do another niche intro, because this is a monthly podcast. So eventually, in like 24 episodes from now, Cass will be back here and we'll be talking about Chapter 6.
I might be back sooner than that to do Five Nights at Freddy's.
That is true if we actually do that, because that'd be peak.
I would also
That
love
would
to
be
do
peak.
Epithet if you find no one else for Epithet.
Well, also, I think you're the only person in the world who actually knows about that.
Well, that would make me niche now, wouldn't it?
Exactly, and that would be a niche interest. Whoa, crazy. Honestly, I'm
So
fine.
many niche interests.
I'm fine with Cass being like a recurring character.
Me too.
Oh, smiles.
I know you guys just met, and I kind of forced this upon both of you, but
I think we're holly and jolly.
I agree. You guys
Wait,
know.
who's who? Who's Holly and who's Jolly?
I'm jolly because I say everything is jolly.
That is true.
Smile.
I'm okay being Holly.
If
because I was born in
we
December.
ever talk about object shows as well, I think it'd only be fair to bring on Cass.
That's true.
But also, if we're cool enough and we get like another person, like someone actually really cool in the object show fandom.
Yeah,
You
you
know-
can have multiple guests.
Yeah, four people, foursome. We'll do a foursome.
Wow.
Wait, no,
Guys, I
absolutely
think we were
not.
supposed to be doing closing Deltarune remarks.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm happy that Lillian, you learned nothing and that you're as confused as possible. But real quick, are you at least more interested in going to go watch the chapters? Because you should.
Yeah, I've been so busy. I've been
did
meaning
a good
to
job.
before this started, but I just got busy.
Well, stop.
That's good. I hope, like, even if we spoiled literally everything, I hope this will end up selling people to go play Deltarune.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. Deltarune is such a great game, such a great community, such a great space. Like, it's a great concept. Anyways, do you have any closing things, Cass?
I really like this game. Like, I've been with it since before Chapter 2 came out, and even if the fandom is demonic sometimes, I think ultimately the community is pretty chill, and I think Deltarune's pretty special, and I think people should give it a shot.
I agree. And if you're interested, but you don't want to spend money, first 2 chapters completely free. So
That's true.
you're allowed to you're allowed to put your feet in the water.
You'll have to put your feet in the lake.
Yeah, you have to step into the lake real quick just to test out this game. But it's so great. First 2 chapters free. And I think the first 2 chapters are really good introductions. They're not amazing when it comes to story, but they're good introductions.
Yeah. And the other nice thing is, this game is really cheap in general. Like, a lot of
it's only like
AAA games will be like $90 now. This game is the
25.
first 2 chapters are free, and then the technical total is like 25, 30.
I think I bought it for 25, but it might have been on deal.
I got it for 30.
Okay, it might have been on a deal.
frankly, I'd be so willing to pay more for it. It's at
No,
the
it's-
same quality level or higher than a lot of like major games,
It's-
non-indie games out there. It deserves better.
It really is peak indie, I think.
Yeah.
Which is a whole different topic about indie creations.
Same with Silk Song. If you guys ever do a Silk Song episode,
I-
me back on.
Maybe.
Invite me back on. Invite me back on. You're weird. You're weird. You're not normal.
Guys, our number one fan is Cass. Anyway.
That's true.
Well, okay, I want to quickly say, before I proposed this idea of making a podcast to Cass before I did Lillian, with the same name, I don't remember your response. I'll be so honest.
I kind of didn't think you were serious. I think, like you said it in passing, and I was just like, oh, okay, neat.
Well, I am serious.
Well, clearly now. And I'm very happy you did, because this is cool. But
You'll be a recurring character when we can't find a guest.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even on topics you have no idea about, totally.
Honestly, I think that would be like a neat idea. Like you should let people
Kind of what we did today with Lillian, where like we just kind of yapped about the subject and Lillian just listened.
Yeah, I had no idea what was going on at
Or,
any
like,
point in time.
ideally you can get the unknower to like ask questions about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
hey,
we didn't quite
that
find
was
out.
it's just the second episode of my monthly podcast called Niche Interest. If you guys are willing to stick around for next month's episode, I don't have the topic yet, but I will eventually. So yeah, this is the end of the episode. Last time it cut to a silly animation of me talking, but now we're just going to end it right now. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Lillian, say
Bye.
bye. Okay, good.
Bye.
Bye. Yay!